Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the journey. We are about to embark on a 14-day trek, and it's going to take us actually a little bit longer than 14 days. We're going to be together for about 3-ish weeks. Why? Because this journey we're going to go on in terms of days, we're going to focus on the weekdays. The weekends, we're going to take a break because we need to rest, we need to recover. Also, if you fall behind, can't keep up, have a day that's really busy, and can't listen or read to the day's chapter or the devotional, then you have the weekends to catch up, or you have the weekends to dive deeper. This journey will lead us into exploring, discovering, and experiencing love. Not just any kind of love. I'm talking about God. Throughout this book, many times when I am talking about God, I call him love. My mom's name is Elsa, but me and my brother, we call her Mom. And many call God, God. I call him love. My whole life was changed and turned upside down in a wonderful way one day when God met me in my kitchen. And that's really where the birth of the journey came from. I'm going to share my journey with you throughout these next 3 weeks. But know that this is not about my journey alone. Now, with this experience, this is about your journey. I'm going to share experiences with you, lessons that I've learned, revelations that I've had, but it's only to guide you through your journey. I am only your tour guide. You are more than welcome to go off veering and exploring wherever it is that your heart wants to take you. I may be the tour guide, but the one really leading us is him. It's God, Jesus. They are the ones who are taking us through this journey, because who better to know how to experience love than love himself? You can't, hopefully you can see here, but just like my shirt says, journey with God to God. This is an awesome journey where it's not just about the destination. It's about the journey. And that is why I am so glad that you are here with me on this journey, because I've gone hiking and I've done races and all that sort of stuff. And it's always more fun when you have people to join. So, with that being said, we have an incredible group of pioneers. Why do I say pioneers? Because pioneers are the forerunners. They're the ones who go ahead. They're the ones who pave the way. My book is going to be published by the end of the year. Now, we're still working on it, so that means that we can still make changes. And this is where you as a pioneer come in, because I need your feedback. I need you to tell me, when you read through the manuscript, if you're a reader, and you find something, an error, a typo, whatever, let me know. If I say something that doesn't make sense, or maybe saying it in a different way would lead someone into a better place, then let me know. What works? What doesn't work? What could make it better? What is definitely a no-no? Like, I want to hear it, because your feedback is going to help the pioneers that come behind you. This is all about bringing the message of love, joy, peace, and freedom to everyone that's out there. And I can't do this alone. This is definitely a group effort. So, what do you need to do? We are not in chapter 1 today. Today we are in journey prep. I have two sections before the book actually starts to help us get ready. Today, I'm going to share with you what to expect. And tomorrow, I'm going to share with you about love, where it is that we're going. What are we exploring? What can you expect? Because love, when I talk about love, I'm not talking about just, that feel-good love, the falling in love. No, I'm talking about the kind of love that will change your life. That's the kind of love I'm talking about. Then we dive in to chapter 1, which is where we talk about God is love. That's where the study really begins. This journey is an interactive Bible study. About 40% of my book is actually scripture. Now, I provide commentary, so obviously 40% is scripture, the other 60% is not. I provide commentary, I share with you my lessons, what I've learned, what has given me freedom, in hopes that it leads you to the same outcome. I want you to experience the freedom, the joy, the peace, and abundance that I have experienced. But know that if you don't agree with me in the end, that's okay. This is a Bible study. So that's why I've divided up how we're going to go through this Bible study to help you on your journey, right? And help us get to God. Because what really matters, and the question that we must always ask in the end is, what does God have to say about it? That's my ultimate question all the time. And everything I have written in this book is what I believe that God has told me. But if you get a different experience, if you have a different discovery, that's totally okay. As long as it's within the scripture, you got my thumbs up. So, what can you expect? Our trek has 3 trails. The first trail is the Agape Trail. Agape Trail has 5 chapters, or what I call miles, where we discover and explore attributes of God, who God is. These are not things that God just does. These are the essence of who he is. Now, I'm not going to cover all of his attributes because that would take many books and a very long time. So I'm just covering the foundational aspects to discovering love, who he is as love. Because as the scriptures say, God is love, and we're going to explore that in lots of details. Because I don't know about you, but growing up in church, I didn't know God as love. When love encountered me in my kitchen, that was not the God I knew. I was in no place to be loved by him. But there he was. And it set me on this journey to exploring, discovering, and experiencing him. So that's the Agape Trail. That then leads us into Diamond Trail. Diamond Trail is where we talk about who God made you to be. Who did he make humanity to be? Who are we? Why does it matter? I talk about his creation and how beautiful human beings are and what a magnificent creation we actually are. But unfortunately, the world, society, and culture, because of the influence of Greek philosophy, has taught us that we're worthless, incapable of good, and just born full of sin and with sin. So I address that, and we talk a little bit about that. We talk about the heart. What is the heart? When the Bible talks about the heart, what is it talking about? And why does it matter? Everything God cares about stems from the heart. It is the fountainhead of life. And it's so important that we understand what our heart is, why it matters, and what that looks like. And then we talk about how love can transform our heart. Maybe we've allowed our heart to be filthy, to be dirty, to be influenced by the world. Well, what matters is now, not yesterday. Now, what are you going to do with that now? Love can change our life, and it can transform everything within us. And it may not change the circumstances, but it sure can change everything around you, just because of the way you're looking at it. And our last trail is called Disciple Trail. And that's because we cover what it looks like to be a disciple of Jesus. What does Jesus say about love? What does love look like? And how can we live in love? So that's the last portion of the trail. Each day, or each chapter, day for the devotional, covers, we have 3 sections. So first, we will explore. Think about you're out on a trail, you're exploring. You may be out looking for something specific, or you may be out just not even knowing what you're going to encounter. And I think that you're going to find this journey is going to be a little bit like that. You're going to head out exploring, thinking you're looking for something, and you may find that something. But you may also find some discoveries along the way that are not what you expected. And those are the awesome ones, the surprises. So that leads me into the second section of each chapter. So we have discovery. Discovery is where you're going to find the treasure, right? We explore and we look, and every once in a while, bam, there's a discovery. The treasure is right there. Some you're expecting, some you don't, but no matter what, every treasure is amazing. This has two so discovery has two sections. The first one is scripture. We're not talking about 1 or 2 verses. We're talking about context, okay, which I explain throughout this journey. We're going to read large sections of scripture because I want us to read the scripture in context, which is why you may find treasure that I didn't. Because when you're reading it, things are going to pop out at you, and it may not have anything to do with the theme for that chapter, but God's going to speak to you. And so don't narrow don't narrow what you find to what the topic is for the day. Allow God to speak to you wherever it is that you need. Like whatever your soul needs, your heart needs, allow yourself to find it. Be open. And then the second part of that discovery are questions. So I ask you questions to dig deeper into how can you take what you've learned during that day and apply it to your life? Or how have you lived so far? How have you experienced that particular discovery, and how can you make that change? How can it impact your life? This Bible study, and it's one of the reasons why we're going for 3 weeks, this is not just about you reading through my book. No, this is a journey. This is your journey. This is where you get to experience God in a special way. And it's not something that's meant to be rushed. That's why I had it as a 21-day devotional, and I've changed it because I don't want people to rush through this. I really want it to be something that changes your life, impacts your relationship with God, and causes you to have a more intimate one with Him, where you know Him, He loves you, and it changes everything about how you live your life. And then the last section is experience. There is a prayer. You can pray that for the day, or you can say your own prayer. Again, this is your experience, your conversation with God. The prayer that I have there is simply a guide to help you if this is new to you and you don't know how to pray or what to do. But know that prayer is just a conversation with God. And lastly, there's the worship song. So I love worship. Actually, I love music in general. I've led worship, and I've been in music for a really long time. I'm not a professional or anything, but it really just touches my soul. And my favorite songs tend to be the ones that's like prayer and song. So every chapter I share with you one of my favorite worship songs. They're going to be on YouTube, and I just share it with you so you can interact and have that. And it obviously goes with the theme of the day. Every once in a while, sprinkled in there, you get some free resources, some free teachings that help elaborate on the chapter. There are some concepts in the book that are really elaborate, and it's almost like I can write a book just on those topics. But I really just want to touch on it because I believe that those topics are foundational to experiencing love and to beginning the journey of knowing God as love. So I've had some teachings that, they're a little bit lengthier, 30, 40 minutes. So I share them with you throughout the book. So if you want to dive deeper into that topic, you can. So that's it, guys. Let's see. Not too bad. About 15 minutes here. So thank you guys so much for joining the journey. I have 2 asks for today. One is I ask that you invite someone to join us on this journey. Obviously, they get my book for free through the manuscript, and there will be little prizes as well as stuff when the book launches. I'll have the audio, so if you're not a reader or the person you know is not a reader, do not worry because we have the audio. This is, when I say interactive Bible study, I mean it. This is not just you have to read. No. We'll have the audio available, and I will set up 2 Zoom calls for us to come together, one in the middle, one at the end, because I want you to have a place to ask questions as a group, get to know each other, but also have a place where we can kind of like see who we've been on this journey with. If I am offering 30-minute coaching sessions to everyone who's participating on this journey. So if you are interested in a coaching session, or you're reading through the book and you're like, I really need to understand this better, I really don't know, you are more than welcome to ask me and we'll set some time up. So please share with your friends. If you're not quite sure what to share, I'm going to be posting things. And what I'll do is I'll just write, you can share this or something like that, so you know that you can share it on your social media. Sending text message, private messages also is very cool because it adds that personal touch and lets the person know, hey, this is something that I specifically thought of you for. Remember, I need your help for this book. But that, to me, if I'm being like completely honest with you guys, I want your feedback, trust me, I need your feedback, but this is really about helping you and walking you through this journey to finding God. And this is not about me telling you what to believe throughout the book. You're going to see, I'm going to share things that I believe, and if you believe differently, that's totally cool. This is just about bringing you to a place that's going to take you a little bit further than you already are, because you have your relationship with God to some degree. I just want to take you a little bit further. I want you to get to know him just a little bit better. And the book, it's just something to help you get there. For those of you, I've heard people say, I don't know how to study the Bible. I love theologians and academics and I can follow them. So all I'm doing is bringing you that level of deep, hardcore content in a very everyday language that you can understand, that I believe will impact your relationship with God and take you to the next level, deeper. Let's peel that onion back. So guys, I really appreciate you being here. You have no idea how much this means to me. Your support and your love means more than a lot of things. So I really appreciate it. So we'll be back here tomorrow at, I don't know what, around this time I'll post the videos, maybe a little bit sooner. If I pre-record them, I won't be live all the time because my schedule is a little bit crazy. But if I pre-record them, I may post them early and you can just watch. What I am going to do at some point today is I'm going to post the content for the next 3 days. So if you want to kind of start moving faster, you are more than welcome. Again, this is your journey. I do work full time, so I'm trying to get everything together as quickly as I can. If you go up at the top, there is on the menu, there is a section that says guide. If you click on the guide, each day's content will be there. And then I have a quiz, and the only reason I have the quiz is just basic questions about whether you read, watched, listened, so that you can mark that you've completed, because I know some people enjoy that. So that'll be there, easy reference too. And then I think there's another one called topics, so I'll be hashtagging. So if you want to see, what are all the topics for day 4, maybe that's where you are, you can either go to the guide or you can go to the topics, either one. If you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to me. It's not a bother whatsoever. I am here for you guys. Right now, you have my full attention over the next 3 weeks, okay? I really want you to, I really want this to bless you and to help you. So thank you again so much, and I look forward to seeing you guys over the next few days. Bye.